What if a home started with nothing but a forest? Two hands and an idea. One mistake here, and the timber is ruined. Tons of raw wood will be shaped. A foundation dug from the earth. A shelter raised from the ground up. But the work starts high on the wall. He maneuvers the heavy log. The draw knife bites deep. Moments later, the handsaw bites into the pole. Wood dust falls. A wooden peg is set. The mallet drives it home, tight and secure. More timber is needed. He guides the harnessed horse. A fresh log slides across the grass. Heavy weight over rough ground. The walls need a base. He kneels in the dirt. A wooden stake is driven. String lines mark the boundary. Then the digging begins. The shovel breaks the earth. A deep trench follows the line. Room for the foundation. The loose dirt has to move. He scoops it into a wooden tray. Earth and stones pile up. Every shovelful clears the trench. The base needs strength. He mixes dirt and rocks. A white powder blends in. Dry ingredients stirred by the shovel. Water hits the dry mix. The shovel turns. A wet, gray concrete, thick and heavy. He moves the mixture into the trench. A solid footing for the stone. Concrete is only half the foundation. Heavy rocks are loaded. The horse cart hauls them in, down the muddy forest path. The rocks are dumped. Next, the mortar needs fine earth. He pushes dirt through a metal mesh. A wooden tool scrapes the screen. Fine soil piles below. He scoops it into a burlap sack. The concrete strip cures in the sun, solid, Level ready. The base is set. The masonry begins. Bare hands lift a massive rock. He presses it into the wet bed, the first piece of the wall. The stones are irregular. Finding the right fit takes force. He leverages a long metal pry bar. The heavy rock slides into place. Brown gloves press it deep into the gray mortar, tight against the string line. The gaps are tight. He kneels with a small chisel. The hammer taps, shaping the rough stone by hand. He presses the custom fit into the wet mortar. Then he turns back to the trough. More mortar mixed with the shovel. A large, mossy stone is next. He guides it against the wooden stake. The gray mortar squeezes out. He prepares for the next heavy lift. Some rocks are too heavy for bare hands. He wraps a rope around a massive stone. He hoists it up, guiding it onto the mortar bed. The pry bar makes the final adjustments. The hammer taps it down. He smooths the wet joints with a shovel, locking the stones together. With the main wall set, the details matter. He kneels by the foundation. A small metal tool smooths the fresh mortar. Tight gaps need smaller rocks. The hammer drives them in, solidifying the structure. A large, flat stone caps the section. On the ground, the chisel bites into rock. Metal against stone. He shapes another heavy piece. The rope is tied. He readies the hoist for the next tier. The foundation is nearly finished. He uses a shovel to move dirt and rocks, backfilling against the heavy masonry. The rope guides one last stone into place. He kneels to smooth the final mortar joints. The base is complete. With the stone cured, the timber returns. He ties a thick rope around a debarked log. A wooden tripod crane takes the weight. He climbs the ladder, guiding the suspended timber into the notch. A small tool marks the alignment. He sits high on the cabin wall. The axe swings. Wood chips fly into the forest. He carves the notch by hand. Between the logs, he packs fresh moss. Nature's insulation against the cold. A wooden peg secures the joint. The mallet drives it deep. Another massive log swings from the crane. He guides it from the ground, pulling the rope to lower it down. The mallet strikes again. Then the hand drill. Metal bites into raw timber, boring a deep hole through the logs. He hammers a long peg into the gap. A handsaw trims the excess wood, flush and tight. Wood meets wood, a perfect hand-cut joint. The walls hold strong. The heavy work pauses. Survival takes priority. He wades into the shallow stream. A wooden-framed net breaks the calm water. A wooden pole probes the shallows. Below the surface, a small fish darts. He watches. The net waits in the murky current, patience against the stream. The net lifts. Water cascades through the mesh. He kneels on the rocky bank to check the catch. He wades back to shore, the wooden net in hand. A golden Labrador trots along the rocks, sniffing the wet stones. A fresh catch. Dinner is secured. Back at camp, the dogs eat first. Food pours from a metal pot. Golden puppies huddle in the mud. He stands at the rustic wooden table. 3 raw fish on the cutting board. The knife is ready. A metal rod stirs the glowing embers. The stone fire pit radiates heat. He skewers the fish on wooden sticks. Placing them over the coals, smoke rises. The skin blisters and chars, golden and crisp over the fire. Juices drip into the hot ashes, the slow roast of a fresh catch. At the table, his hands peel away the charred skin. The white flesh steams in the lantern light. The quiet stream gave up its catch. A foundation dug by hand, walls raised from the forest, and a fire that warms the camp. True building is making a life in the woods.